Well, it looks like things are going mildly smoothly. I had a weird time when I was setting this up today. It didn't want to include a live chat in the live stream. And so I had an interesting time trying to make sure that we could actually talk to each other today. It was a bit of a challenge, but it did test my technical skills, and good thing that they haven't atrophied completely because otherwise I wouldn't have a chat window to share with everybody. I did want to say, hey, happy Thursday. I'm sorry that I did not get a video out yesterday. I had planned to do so. That my daughter and myself both woke up with a mild case of the flu or really awful cold. And I probably would have recorded anyway if it had just been me sick, but with my daughter home, trying to take care of things, my poor husband, he was a champ yesterday and did quite a bit of the kitchen housework that I would normally do. So shout out to my husband. Thanks so much for helping me out with that yesterday. And that's why it's good to have a good partner in crime in life. And my daughter is 100% better, but school was canceled because of ice and rain and nastiness. So she's home again today trying to complete her schoolwork. And I wanted to at least get this video out today, even though she's home and I'm supposed to be teaching her. It's all on her iPad these days. So she does her schoolwork, writes her spelling words, I hope, 3 times each every day. Little bit of practice every day makes a difference. I don't know why I'm telling you. Most of you are parents. You know these things. Anywho, I do have a really fun little variety of things, including a little something from Diana and an upcoming appearance by John Bell. We've got a lot of appearances coming up, aren't we lucky folks? But I do want to take a moment to quickly update about that Chicago trip, the convention happening in April. If you have not already joined me on Discord, now is the time to do it. Between Cynthia, Melissa, and myself, we've got a pretty good idea of what we're looking to accomplish. And it does look like we may be leaning towards hotel and ride sharing. So I'm going to be picking out a couple of options for hotels. Hopefully we can decide on one or two that we like and centralize our Outlander love for easy transport and nerding out after the convention each night and talking about how exciting and fun it is and, all that fun stuff. It's fun to do this in a group. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. Make sure you join us on Discord. That link is down below in the description. And just let us know if there's anything in particular you're looking for in a hotel. My requirements are basic, a toilet and a bed. But if I am staying at a hotel, I'd like to find one that has a continental breakfast because, man, there's a lot of moving around and walking at a convention and you need to power up, get that energy going. That's all for my announcements. Oh, one more thing. If you do want Girl Scout cookies, and I did get an email I have to send back, let me know. Send it to Katie at katiescornerinspace.com. And my daughter's selling Girl Scout cookies. I will send you her link and you can order as much as you like. Just watch those shipping costs because I will not be personally delivering them. Especially not to, Florida and Colorado. It's just too far. Now, if you're willing to wait and meet me up at Chicago, that I might be able to figure out. But anyway, let's get started. I've got quite a few behind the scenes to share first off, which I should have put in the title, but if you showed up here, haha, you get to see them. And haha. That's all I have to say. And I do have tons more of content, so I'll be recording a video or two in the next couple of days. Might even have one over the weekend without me going live on Sunday to do it. Anyway, we start off with a Batgirl fangirl post continuing her way back Wednesdays. A handful had requested to see the older behind the scenes photos that I used to create my season 1 reel. She posts that every time. Love it. Originally posted November 10th, 2014. Nailed it. Yeah. It's that first first season scene with the young man who has his ear nailed to a post and Jamie, being the warm-hearted fellow, doing what Claire would hope, frees the young boy before he has to yank his ear away. I got a lot of piercings, but I don't think I would want my head nailed to a post and I have to yank it away. I think I'd still be there. But that's a fun picture, and kid is a sport. I would like to see the behind the scenes as far as how they did that. I'm sure it's really simple, but man, it looked painful and kind of real. So yeah. Let's see. I got another behind the scenes here. More recent, obviously, from season 7, behind the scenes, Ian with Meryl Davis, exec producer, and one of the pillars of the show, representing stars. This one is shared by Point Blank 1959. She was often accused by Outlander fans that together with Ron D. Moore, major creative, Matt B. Roberts, writer, producer, and Tona Grafia writer changed the show into Claire's story by placing her in the limelight story-wise. Even the camera crew were instructed, remember, she's number one. That's actually, if you've ever seen how they put a show together, when they have the call list of actors, there is a numbered, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the most important. I'm sure Sam is number 2. But it is Claire's story. It's told by her in her perspective. So that makes sense. The result was not unsatisfactory, but it changed the perspective in the book where Jamie was number 1. Also, with the current social unrest, some people got fed up with feminism and political correctness. Jane Chili's, and this is some ats here, at JS Chili's, and then some John Bell, Meryl Davis, Outlander, hashtags. But this is a good behind the scene, and you know what? This happens, I think, in a lot of shows these days. People really want the central figure to be all guys. Guys are the leads of everything, so why shouldn't they be lead the show? But I gotta say, that's not necessarily true these days. No matter what somebody says, it's just not really how things always work. At any rate, especially not in a story that's, I think it's more about Claire than Jamie in the books. I always read it that way anyway. But yeah, this is a good picture. I like it. I want an Outlander hat. I have Star Trek hats. I need an Outlander hat. I'm going to have to do that. And now, more behind the scenes here. This is actually about the costuming. And I do adore learning more about how they do costuming, the special effects, the cameras, everything. This is Outlander Authentic in Design, the dresses and kilts of Outlander 2015. So this is the first season. Lots of hashtags going on here. And so, let's I'm gonna refresh this so we can hear what the heck they're talking about. All right, I'm going to have to try that again because for some reason... All right, bear with me one second, guys. Because you're going to get echo. I'm going to get echo. It's not going to be good for anyone. Let me see here. What is going on? Oh, I know what happened. Bear with me. Look at all these little doodads. I got my ear... You know what I did? I put in the wrong earphones. Technical difficulties. I got the chat to work, but not my earphones. Because you know what? I put in the cell phone earpods. Now it'll take a minute for it to kick in. Oh, there, it's starting to connect. Oh boy. All right. Try this one more time. You guys are so patient with me. I so appreciate it.
Terry Dressback, who also happens to be Ron's wife.
You walk into her office where she draws, she glues, she cuts. She's just working like 24/7, making her world an Outlander world where there's like inspiration on the wall and little things that'll inspire her and make her create these outrageously, insanely beautiful costumes.
The costume department alone takes up something like a third of an acre. There's one whole room devoted to embroidery. There are mannequins strewn all over the place. Enormous racks of 18th century clothing. Ladies 18th century, men's 18th century. This was a large, warehouse.
My research started 20 years ago when I first read the books. So a lot of what you'll see on screen is what I always saw in my head.
The detail and the fabric and the weight and everything about them just says this is what they would have worn during that time.
You gather bits and pieces from all sorts of places. You do your research, you go to the museums, you see the pictures, you see the little peddler's case, you see the baskets they carry. There's all of these things that end up helping you to create a picture, and then out of that picture of what life is like, the answers about clothing come pretty quickly.
She is spot on with authenticity and her care of how our costumes are made and the cut.
We're doing a lot of hand sewing. There's no zippers, there's no Velcro, there's no snaps. The corsets are laced together. Things are made as close as we possibly can to the way they would have been made.
Within the period, my skirt does up in two sections. The back does up at the front and the front does up at the back. And under that, we had the precursors to pockets, which are pouches with slits. So I have gaps in my skirt that I then can put my hand in and bring you out an original pocket.
Claire, she's a chameleon. She's trying to survive. This is a woman who's all about survival. So we have kept her pretty true to a very clean, working 18th century costume.
There's obviously a lot of corseting and the bum roll, which is always really fun. And it was really surprising how much people would wear because it was just layer upon layer.
They give her the clothes that exist in that time. And those clothes are one that allow her to survive the elements and the circumstance. As she travels through the story a bit, she gets more things, and we have to kind of constantly sit down and go, oh, where's she getting this dress from?
And we always laugh that I'm like the best dressed prisoner in the world.
We've got 4 tartans that we've had woven up. We have the basic Outlander tartan, we have the Mackenzie tartan, we sort of call our generic tartan that kind of serves for anybody, and then we've got the Fraser tartan.
The filamore is the Gaelic, the large kilt, is very different to the filabeg, which is the smaller kilt that you see more generally these days.
It is an extraordinary garment. It's 12 yards of fabric.
And what you would do is you would fold it up, lie on it, and then wrap it around your waist, and then you could wear it in various different ways. It was like almost like a utility belt. Many different uses. You could wrap yourself up in it totally and fall asleep and be very warm, like a sleeping bag. You could use it as a shelter. You could tuck it into your belt and have pockets in it.
When you put it on, you just feel sort of in the part.
Her research led us to different colors and different palettes and different fabrics than I think any of us anticipated when we first approached the project.
We started taking it apart. And the first place we started was with dyes and colors.
What happened was, actually, as part of our show, the Battle of Culloden is where the British Army pretty much wipes out the Highlanders, and they went on a rampage and kind of destroyed the Highlander culture and banned the wearing of the kilt and tartans and so on.
She basically went back to basics in finding the colors and the design of them.
We went to, okay, where would they get their colors? What plants did they get them from? What was the process of dyeing? How complicated it was? We have a scene in this where women are actually walking wool, and walking wool is the way you set the dye was with urine.
Is that hot piss? Yes, Kate. Sets the dye first.
The dyes that they used were vegetable dyes, and they were colors meant to sort of camouflage people.
And the great thing about Terry is she gets kind of excited about the fact that we all put our plaid on in different ways. You know, we all have our own kind of unique style. I love wearing a kilt. I love the fact that I get to wear a kilt to work every day. Normally in Scotland, you only really wear them at kind of special occasions.
He's got the legs for it, though. So you need the right legs.
Thank you for the compliment. Thank you for noticing.
It's okay.
Occasionally, the Scots would also not wear their kilt in battle and go naked. And we haven't done those scenes yet, but you never know, it may just appear.
Something catch your eye there, lass.
You can just step into your costume and it just automatically kind of clicks in, and you feel like that person.
And, you know, the level of detail in every single costume is just exquisite.
I have a responsibility to make sure that people can feel like they watch this and they're in the world and in the story we're trying to tell. And I think we're doing a damn fine job of that.
Designer Terry Dressback.
All right, I will tell you right now that if you are live and you saw that, you're probably the only people, because I'm probably going to get dinged for showing that whole thing, and I'm going to have to cut it out. So, yay, we got to see a whole little how they do the costumes for this season 1. And I mean, it's gotten better as it's gone, honestly. And it's just one piece of how they make it seem so real. I just love it. And that's why I didn't cut it short. And if I get dinged, I get dinged. I'm going to get in trouble. Moving right along, though, to something from Diana. She's going to be out and about, and kind of some people by February 9,000 Arizona. All right, for those of you who live south there and on the west end, and you just aren't sure if you can get to Chicago, you know, maybe you can talk to Diana instead. Diana will host, and I'm not going to be able to pronounce any of this, Koenig McLeod, a.k.a. the Hebridean Baker, to celebrate the release of his new Scottish cookbook. The event host is the Poisoned Pen Bookstore. Poisoned Pen Bookstore, Arizona, Scottsdale. All right. Event begins at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard. Doors open at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard. General seating first come, first served. This is an in-person event. Paid tickets are required to attend. See below, and I will try to see if I can get that link for you guys, but you will have the link to this page at the very least. Event host and organizer, the Poison Pen Bookstore. Event venue, the event will be held at Scottsdale United Methodist Church, 4140. Okay. I just thought they said that I figure it out. You guys are that are local. You'll be able to figure this out easier than me. At the Miller Road, Scottsdale, Arizona. There's plenty of parking. I would assume it doesn't cost, or they'd let us know. And it says, what could be better than a new cookbook written by a tall, handsome Scot? Having that book autographed in person by said Scot in Scotland. And with Diana Gabaldon as host, also in person, discussing the new cookbook and signing her books too. And so it goes down here. There is the book cover. That's very nice. There's a tartan. Does it look quite the same? Yeah, okay. McLeod celebrates the publication of his new book, The Hebridean Baker, a Scottish cookbook. Y'all are going to correct me on my pronunciation, and I appreciate it. It says, look, tickets are $35 each. A single ticket will admit one person and includes a hardcover copy of the book, and it will be signed by the author, by the cook. Let's see. A $40 event ticket, each double entry ticket will admit 2 people and includes one signed hardcover copy of the book, and with a $30 value or $29.99 value. So it has, it says to purchase your tickets, go to the link above. You know what? I'm just going to go to the $35 link and see if that opens up nice for us. Please wait. It looks like it does. Okay, so I will include those links. You know what? Let me click this one. It's just easier for me to have them open. Then I will remember to do both of them. All right. I will include both of these links when we go. Moving on to another one. I knew I was going to have to resize this. And I meant to warn y'all I'm going to be doing a little resizing during this. But if this is not your first live, you are aware that this does happen from time to time. So we can get all of our fun stuff in. And this one is, of course, this guy. I don't know if you know this guy. He's rather cheery, like all the time. It's great. So we've got John Bell, who is going to be appearing somewhere as well. I'll have another link for that. But first, let's see what he has to say in his little video. I'm scooching this just a little bit. And we'll see what our young man here has to tell us about an event.
Hello, Outlander fans. It's John Hunter Bell here with a very exciting announcement. It is true. I am going to be at the Mast Farm Inn, aka the real Fraser's Ridge in North Carolina this summer. And while I'm there, people can join me on Saturday, July 12th for a Kaylee. Hello? Do you want to come Kaylee dance with young Ian? There will be pig roasts, live music, bonfires, and a whole bunch of other fun things, and I'll be there, so come on guys, you gotta come. You gotta come, don't leave me hanging. So please contact Novel Adventures for more information. See you there.
Goofball. He's cheery, but he's also a goofball. And then, of course, I've got that link for us, guys. Here we go. The 2025 Kaylee on Fraser's Ridge Adventure Tours. Join Novel Adventure Tours for a Kaylee on Fraser's Ridge with special guest John Bell on Saturday, July 22nd, this year, guys, at the historic Mast Farm in Banner Elk, North Carolina. Let's see. It says registered now. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. It's going to be... So our prices are $45 for a silver ticket, and a gold ticket is $475, and those are sold out. So, $45. Why did I read that? $450. That was me wishful thinking, but that seems like there's still some left. So you can get in on that and go visit our young Ian here, who is now just Ian, and let me know how that goes. I'm not even try. I'm not even going to try. I'm already breaking my rules by going to one in Chicago in April, so I'm not even going to try. But that does look like fun. And you know what? I don't think anybody wants me trying to dance Kaylee. I just figured out how to pronounce it because he said it. So I'm going to guess I would not be as light on my feet as those who know what the heck they're talking about. As you can see, I'm moving on to another post. This one is shared by Anade Rosam and Ceasar Domboy, and I'm going to translate it because my French classes have been more than 30 years ago. Golden cues and a French film trophy for cult. And so we can see, those are some cool trophies. I dig those. But we can see Ceasar down here, smiling real big. He looks like he won himself an award for his work on a French film, I'm going to guess. And so, congratulations. I know it's tough on us because we want to hear more about Ceasar. He just doesn't do, I mean, Outlander is, he doesn't do a lot of English things. He doesn't do a lot of American things. So it's really tough to find stuff on him that I can understand well enough to share and that isn't automatically translated. But we're really proud of him. This is fantastic. And then I do have one last thing that has a bit of a story behind it having to do with Sam. And as you can see, I came across this picture. 100% fan of Outlander. A happy dinner last night in New York. Don't forget to visit our store. It's an advertisement. But I wanted to show you the picture. And I was like, wait a minute. They were like, it says it's posted February 1st, which is just a few days ago. And I'm like, wait a minute. He's not, I don't think he's in New York right now. Is he? And if he is, I'm pretty sure Sophie and John aren't right now. Maybe I'm wrong, but I was fairly sure that they were out and about. So I did a little sleuthing and found out that this picture is probably one I've shown you guys before because it does also look familiar. And there's Sophie. Outlander Obsessed had shared this like weeks ago, like what, 15 weeks ago. So last year, sometime in November, maybe. But it says Outlander Obsessed had shared it. Richard and this gang of South Bar last night in New York. But it was months ago. Richard's obviously taken the picture. And that's something I don't do enough of is share Richard's photos because he does his own photography. So yeah, we got, so it's an older picture, but it was Sam. So I wanted to throw it because it's Sam. And I think that is all I've got for you in this video, guys. I hope it was a nice little update, and I hope I don't get dinged too badly for showing you the entire costume video, which, I mean, we deserve to watch, right? We totally do. And yeah, that's it. So have a really good rest of your Thursday. I've got a busy evening planned between Girl Scouts with my daughter, picking up some groceries, and there's something else. Oh, and we have to make up an eye appointment that we didn't get to the last time because of stuff. Life. Anywho, thanks for joining me. I had quite a few of you come by. Nobody, I didn't say anything worthy of a comment today. And I spent all that time trying to get the comment box to work. Just, that's life. It was pretty, let's face it, it was pretty quick. And yeah, that's about all I have for you guys. Remember, if you are going to Chicago, please do visit us in the Discord. We're going to at least try to figure out some easy way for travel to keep things a little cheap. I know some people are taking the bus. I am. Whether you're flying, whether you're driving, whether you're riding a bus, please do so safely. And if you need some help planning and figuring out what to do, join us in the Discord. The link is below. If you want some Girl Scout cookies, or write me an email and make sure you put cookies in there. As far as Couple Next Door on Monday, I do believe I have everybody I need for this following one. There are a couple of spots open for upcoming ones. We're halfway through. We've got number 4, and then 5 and 6 are all that's left. And then we will be switching to those Outlander reviews going from the very first episode. So if you do want to be involved in those, keep that in mind. Don't send me any email yet. Or you know what? If you want to be a part of that very first chat, and you are listening right now, and you want to be part of that Outlander Episode 1, Season 1 chat, go ahead and send me an email. Go ahead and let me know. Hi, Stacy. Thank you, Stacy. Go ahead and let me know that you want to be part of that first chat. I'll at least get that list started, and yeah, we'll go from there. So have a great rest of your Thursday. If you want more, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications bell if you want to see more videos or come here a lot. And if you want more Outlander information, you know what to do. Go hit one of those playlists that I've got. Or, Couple Next Door if you just want to hear about Sam. Because the last one was really, our chat was all about Sam. We did talk about Couple Next Door, but really we were just loving on Sam. So go check that one out. And whatever video you do choose, one thing is for